Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Cast. We thank you for joining us here for another episode of the show. We are glad that you are joining us. Of course, we do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Pacific, so you can always join us whenever you're able to do that. Of course, audio versions are put up almost immediately after the show, so you can check those out. And so if you're listening to this or viewing this at a later date, thank you for doing so. Be sure and share this with all your friends. Share the podcast with your friends. We love getting more people to join us on this journey that we have throughout all these few years of doing the podcast together. And we want more people to experience it. So share it with your friends and let them know how good it is. And again, thank you all for being here for this show today. And so Matt is going to join us with the magic of technology to kind of just give a little update on what he's doing, where he's been, and how things are going.
Hey everyone,
Matt?
I am here today, kind of. So we are recording the same day for me. I just wanted to participate. Cody put together a great show, and there were two things to talk to you all about, specifically when Cody put them up. One is a little more serious, and the other one, I think it's more of a gag, but there's no way I could let Cody put this up without me having some kind of opinion on it. So I will be back next week. I hope. It's almost finals week, and try to keep my grades up, my blood pressure down, and just not feel as crazy.
Well, Matt, you're not crazy. And of course, he's going to be back with us and joining us and chatting on a few topics that interested him. And we'll be getting to those in just a moment. But our first thing that we want to talk about actually is a big thing. It's booster shots here in the United States. The FDA and CDC have approved the Moderna and Pfizer booster shots for everyone 18 and above to go ahead and get those booster shots. Of course, I got mine about 2.5 weeks ago. And everybody here on the podcast knows that we are proponents of the vaccine. And most of you probably already have your vaccine. And so if you haven't got your booster, go get your booster now. Pretty much everybody's eligible now. So go get it. And what I'm hearing is that most people who get the third shot, especially with Pfizer, are not experiencing as bad as symptoms as the second shot. So just keep that in mind going forward. But they did authorize the booster shots for all adults. The distribution will begin happening. The CDC independent panel looked at that also today, and the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, is going to act swiftly, she says, after the data has been reviewed. So this is a big thing to help keep COVID under wraps because it's just gone crazy in certain areas, and starting to see some breakthrough cases a little bit more. Obviously, with the Delta variant, we saw that. And so as the holidays approach and you are going to be gathering with friends and family, it's good to go ahead and just be a little extra boosted up with the vaccine and to help keep yourself healthy and your friends and family also healthy. Okay, we were going to talk about one of those topics you wanted to talk about was that the committee is going to release groundbreaking new framework for trans athletes. I thought some good news coming out of the last Olympics, where it was a little sketch on what was happening.
Right, and Cody found this story, and this is one I actually had not seen yet. So Cody, you did beat me to the punch, and he has graciously let me share it because we all know about my random Olympic knowledge, which still gets Cody. I still get Cody and my roommate with it every now and then when it comes up. But
it's so shocking.
I know every time. But on this, so Cody has graciously allowed me to steal his thunder for this. But like you said, the International Olympic Committee is releasing groundbreaking new framework for trans athletes. So those principles, developed after 2 years of consultations with over 250 athletes and other concerned stakeholders, include inclusion and prevention of harm, non-discrimination, right to privacy, and perhaps most notably, no presumption of advantage. No athlete, now this is in quotes, no athlete should be precluded from competing or excluded from competition on the exclusive ground of an unverified, alleged, or perceived unfair competitive advantage due to their sex variations, physical appearance, and or transgender status. It says, adding that no athlete should be deemed as having an unfair advantage unless robust and peer-reviewed research finds otherwise. We would call this in nursing evidence-based practice. The framework also does not include any hormone level requirements as they have in the past, and they emphasize that there must be measures to make sporting environments and facilities welcome to people of all gender identities. And one of the things I want to talk about that with is I think it's becoming more known now, but we're not, the binary is, that's a construct, because yeah, maybe a large number of people fall into one or the other, but there's a great number of people that are not extremely, one or extremely the other. There is such a wide variety, and lots of Olympians have variations in their own physicality that allow them to have a competitive edge that even you and I, with the same amount of training, the same coaches, and doing the same thing every day, would not be able to achieve that. The person becomes almost unbeatable, and that's just how they were born. That's just how they are, and those people aren't disqualified. So I just thought, Cody, I really appreciate you letting me talk about that one, because it's a story that obviously I can't believe you found it, and I didn't see it yet. We're usually, I was reading through the things you found this week, and you are ahead of me. I am definitely have not been able to keep up as well the last few weeks.
I know.
Cody off himself, because usually I can see him very proudly like charging forward. I'm like, oh, I have a thought on that, and he's, I bet you do.
No, yeah, I thought this was some good news because, there was, like I said, from the last Olympics, there was a lot of issues with testing and different things that trans athletes would have to go under and deal with, and lots of privacy issues. And,
Right.
They have listened to, like you said, the 250 athletes or so and other concerned stakeholders in this issue, be inclusive as best they can. Obviously, it'll be something that will continue to evolve and change over time, but this is obviously a great start. Of course, we have the Winter Olympics that is coming up in January, I think, in China, which is its own big issue right now. The Biden administration may be going to do a diplomatic boycott of the Olympics, which means the United States would not send any diplomats. So he wouldn't go. Jill Biden wouldn't go. She went to the last Olympics to represent the U.S. So there'd be no diplomatic people going. All of the athletes would still go. If there's not a complete boycott, there are some Republicans calling Biden to do a complete boycott, but it looks like it may just be a diplomatic boycott for human rights issues in China, because obviously there's issues there.
Right.
But
and while I do recognize that, we should also maybe tend to our own front porch. And before we go to the next one, which is a little bit more lighthearted, we're not going to dig into this too much because it's a pretty fresh thing. But we have seen the Rittenhouse verdict, and I'm not going to speak for Cody here because, we are two separate people, but I am disgusted and not surprised. Cody? Thoughts?
Yeah, I would concur. I think it's exactly what.
I would be happy to discuss it more in depth when more comes out, because there's always some legal undercurrent that allows for things that we definitely don't agree with. So I also I don't want to say speak out of turn, but let my emotions because some your personal feelings don't override other things, So disgusted, disappointed, and not surprised. When I saw the raffle thing when he got to draw his own jury, I was like, okay, this is it. We're done. This is not. Yeah. This is what we are. With at least this, I would guess that this isn't over yet. It's over for what we're seeing but there are other things that can still happen and can still be done. So, we'll discuss it. I think it's best to discuss it at another time. I don't think the White Boy podcast needs to assert themselves. Does that make sense? Is that kind of what you are?
Yeah, I totally, obviously, it's fresh in everybody's mind, and there's a lot of thoughts.
The trolls are out
thoughts on it
on their Twitters. So what I have done when I was trying to read it, it was a good opportunity to go through and report and block a lot of trolls and fake accounts and spam accounts. Excellent time to do that.
You know, and there's also nothing at this point in time for us to add to that story because it is what it is.
Right.
The judgment was rolled, and you know,
yeah,
we can't add anything to it because we obviously have certain thoughts on it, and the ruling came down, and like we said, weren't surprised by what happened, and so yeah, I think exactly.
Yeah, yes, we obviously see problems with the lady driving her minor into something like that, allowing him to be heavily armed and walking away scot-free with nothing. But you know what? That she wasn't on trial yet. So
as Matt said, we'll be talking about the Rittenhouse case at a later date, but we did just want to kind of like highlight and mention we are aware of the case. It's not like we're totally ignoring it or forgetting it, but we just felt it was not the time or place to kind of to speak on it, and we will do that at a later date. That way you know that we're going to be talking about it in case you just do not want to hear about it. I do know that some people just don't really want to listen to it right now because it hits close to home. And so we'll let you know when we are doing that so you are aware of that thing. Something that's good that's happening with Sesame Street. They are introducing a new character, which is really, really exciting. Now, the Sesame Street Workshop announced that they are adding a new family and they're a member, and they're doing so with a big celebration. Now, they're going to be celebrating the rich diversity of the Asian and Pacific Islander communities. They're going to do so with a special on HBO Max that's going to be happening on Thanksgiving Day. It's called See Us Coming Together, a Sesame Street special. Now, it is designed for families to watch together. It'll follow the Sesame Street friends through a Neighbor Day celebration with their new friend, Ji Young. Now, she's the new character. She's a 7-year-old Korean-American character. She'll be performed by Sesame Street Workshop puppeteer Kathleen Kim. There's going to be a whole slew of celebrities. You have Shang-Chi. She's going to be there. And you have people like Melissa King, who's a chef, comic book artist Jim Lee, athlete Naomi Osaka is also going to be joining them. So that's going to be an exciting thing to all be there to share their passions, their talents, and their culture with those Sesame Street friends. Of course, Ji Young, the 7-year-old new character on Sesame Street. Super, super exciting. Of course, that will happen on Thanksgiving Day. I love that they keep adding characters and keeping the whole spirit of Sesame Street alive to help young people learn about different cultures by learning about education. And also you have all these celebrities and people coming on to share their talents and their cultures, which is a great thing because America is a melting pot. Despite what some people on the right want to think, we really are a good mixture of people, and it's good to celebrate it in this case as they are doing on Sesame Street. So there's several stories, though, that does have the internet buzzing, and they're crazy. And one of them, though, involves Martha Stewart. She went on Jimmy Fallon, and what she revealed is kind of surprising, shocking. I didn't know that someone had such thoughts on this particular topic, but she does.
Last idea, how about coffee mugs where if you put them on the holder, a little air blows through the bottom of them and just keeps it stirring around.
Stirring what?
What? Someone just yelled no.
Agreed.
Well, if you use an alternative milk, like a nut milk or something.
But see, I don't like mugs. I think mugs are sort of clumsy and ugly. I don't own a mug in my house.
Really?
No, I have beautiful cups.
We give you mugs every time you're on our show.
I know, but I give them away.
So she doesn't own mugs.
So
I saw this.
That if we give away Chromacast mugs, if you don't like a mug, I'll send you a cup.
I thought it was so funny when I saw it. It kind of was like buzzing on the internet earlier after she made that statement. And I was just, it was just kind of funny because it's something you don't think about, like a mug, and then she's be like, so like, yeah, no, those are ugly. Please no. And
I want to
then
know
the whole
what
like,
kind
well,
of
we
cup
give
she
you
uses
mugs
for coffee though, for hot drinks. Like, I just want to know now.
You know,
my friends,
I do have some like
these beautiful tall ceramic. They were taller and they were really. I really liked them. They were so pretty. It's a pity he doesn't talk to me anymore. I mean, I know me, he wouldn't talk to me either. I know me.
I do have nice little like glass cups that I can do coffee in.
Little?
Well, they're smaller, but I'm sure you can get bigger ones. Like, well, you're wanting like a full like cup, like Trenta sized iced coffee. That's a whole different thing. Well, and you wouldn't put that in a mug anyway. Really, in a mug, you put like hot things, like hot chocolate, hot coffee, hot teas,
Hot Coke. Yeah.
hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa.
Oh my gosh.
Hot Coke.
I did get some new salted caramel hot chocolate. I have not got a chance to try it.
I was like, well, this podcast is
Matt.
a lot more interesting.
I actually don't really use mugs a lot either. I don't usually.
You know what, Cody, I think we're talking about two different things. Is she talking about mugs?
Like a coffee mug?
Like, I'm thinking like, you know, like people call like the heavier cups, like normal cups, but they're thicker and heavier to handle hot drinks.
Yeah.
And then, or
it's like what's on his desk.
Like, yeah.
That on his desk. Yeah, she doesn't have those.
What? Okay.
She doesn't have those.
I'm surprised, but I also feel like a peasant all of a sudden. Well, more so like a peasant all of a sudden. Do you?
I like how she was like, no, I don't have those.
Yeah, her face was
I don't like those. I have beautiful cups.
Yeah, I don't know she has that can handle that because I want to see.
Yeah, she would probably, you're going to see them on her website.
You
She's
know
going to be
what?
selling them soon.
Oh,
I'm guessing.
no shit, yeah. Because she probably just instantly made herself popular. I was a Martha Stewart.
She does have like a show, I think, coming out, and that's what she was on. She also talked to him about NFTs, which we did talk about previously.
Yes.
Those non-fungible tokens that don't make any sense, that people just like make some stupid piece of art and they sell it for thousands or millions of dollars for no reason.
Look, I'm still hoping we can have a ComaCast scholarship where we can, sponsor me. But, I think that would be a little bit of insider trade. Oh, that was dark. Oh, that was not what I did.
Ooh, throwback.
I just did.
We talk about Martha Stewart a lot on this show, though. When me and David were on the show together, we talked about Martha Stewart as well. We talked about her prison time and her like crafting, and then her gummies and
Bieber? When she did the roast of Justin Bieber, her bit was so funny. When she told him to fashion a shiv and shank the biggest person he could find to assert
She's very funny. Like I said, like I told David, her going to prison, reason she's popular now, she's just so much more lighthearted and like cool. She's not so like just stuck up like she used to be. So prison did her well, even though she shouldn't have gone to prison. But
I wasn't that much of a fan I was just kind of indifferent. Like, oh, okay, another person with an HGTV show. It was like that mentality. But after, she seems just so much more personal. And I love her friendship with Snoop. It just
yes.
It's just adorable.
It's such a great one. So maybe you need to be high for this next thing, though. You won't realize what's going on in drinking. Now, I did mention this previously, and I wanted to get this. I was actually going to buy this and was going to send it to your house, but it's sold out. It is completely sold out, and they made So everybody, Jones Soda is bringing back the turkey and gravy soda. Now, this is celebrating their 25th year of independent craft soda making. The company is re-releasing this famous, or shall we say infamous, flavor that they did 10 years ago, turkey and gravy soda. This is one I talked about where I got it and my anchors on TV tasted it. So, wow, 10 years ago. Wow.
What did they do? Did they like it?
It wasn't hated, but it wasn't loved. Like, the flavor was just interesting. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it was just kind of, like, unsure.
You made them do it.
Yeah, they just had to do it. It was just what it was. Now, the company does admit.
Than I would expect. You know what?
You're here for it?
I'm here for it.
Now, the company Matt does admit that it's more of a gag than an actual refreshing drink, but it is one of Jones Soda's most requested flavors. So get ready to pour your sparkling glass of turkey and gravy. And so that's why you need to be high. You need to be high to drink this, because then you're going to drink the whole bottle.
Had a high
But
person text me and say, "Can you pick me up some turkey and gravy on the way home?" It's usually like some Doritos and Halo or something. Like
Taco Bell. I think they made, I can't remember the number, 300,000 or 500,000 bottles of this, and it's already sold out. It's completely sold out. Everyone's bought it. So there's going to be about three. Yes, I would have. I actually, because we're going to be recording also the our Thanksgiving episode,
Yes,
and
right.
I was going to send you the candy corn turkey, the turkey and gravy candy corn and green beans and all that stuff.
Yes.
But it's I can't find it. Well, I can find it, but it's $25 a bag, and I'm not going to do that. If we were making a lot of money on this show, I would, but we're not.
Or if we had a
but yeah,
sponsorship for it, you know what? For a sponsorship, we'll talk about it.
you'll taste it. Yeah, so I can't get it, but unfortunately, if you do have it, there's going to be 300 to 500,000 people who will be tasting some Jones Soda turkey and gravy. But yeah. Well, Matt.
Since we're already on, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what I'm loving this week, because
What are you loving?
What are you like? Cody's like, damn it, Matt, you just go rogue. Cody has a schedule, and has a preference of order, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, it is next. It is next.
Right, and that's why I'm doing it. And also, with the power of editing, you can put me wherever you want or delete me. And this is actually a scream for help. What I'm loving this week is that I'm actually I'm very tired. You can probably tell by my attitude. This is slightly less controlled because I'm tired and extremely fatigued. But I have all A's and B's in my classes. I have 5 classes right now, and I'm doing well. And if I can get through this next 3.5 weeks, I will officially have survived this entire semester, and I will only have 3 more semesters to go. The official program is technically 6 semesters with all prereqs. This semester was semester 3. And I did my prereqs ahead of time. I did all the prereqs ahead of time, not just the ones basically needed to apply. I was ready. So, and there is talk of summer courses where they're talking about trying to accelerate our program, because right now we don't have summer option. And being able to have summer option would save me. I would be able to graduate in 2022 instead.
That would be exciting.
But that is not anywhere talked about yet. It's not official. It is not greenlit. It's just one of the directors who sees me there every single night. When he leaves, I'm there for hours after everybody else because I need more time. He's like, what would help you get through this program? I was like, summer courses. Being able to do my nursing courses in the summer would just be freaking great. Thank you.
Yeah.
He was like, that's something that they are working towards, or they're considering opening. So that would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would make our summer for Cody and I, because we've worked so hard to try to keep this as normal as possible, and Cody is just. I'll get texts from Cody, and I'm like, I miss you too, but I miss you for like 3 hours. Or I can't see it, but I don't have time. I can't respond. But he's been a super about it, and if I've been anything less than pleasant, tell somebody else. I can't do anything about it.
I was going to say, we've missed you on the show, but we've understand what you've been doing and what you've been doing. And basically you're just trying to eat, breathe, study, and survive.
I have managed to
sleep
at night for the most part. I have managed to stay health-wise eating. I managed to kind of keep it together. David had a lot of fun hosting. I'm hoping next time, since it'll be less, the next time he hosts, it'll probably be less by surprise, so he can interact more with everyone. But everyone seemed to really like him on there. I heard a lot of positive things, and I watched the show. I did watch the whole show, front to back, and it was really wild to see, see that. So, it
was a fun time.
Hopefully see y'all next week. Cody and I are recording some holiday episodes soon, and I am done December 8th. With rain or shine, that's it. It doesn't matter if I pass or fail something, because we are still on the cusp. I am not in a clear zone yet. I still have a lot of studying to do, but we're fingers crossed. After that, though, I will be able to record some episodes with Cody, and I'm super excited about that. Like, because I can get back to doing,
Yes.
because I like doing this. So,
well,
Cody, I will
we
see
wish
you
you
next time.
Yeah, we wish you all the good luck. We're gonna let Matt go, and he's gonna like do more stuff and study.
Yeah, I'm literally writing a paper. I stopped. I opened up everything and realized I had a minute. So, all right, well, let's record now what I can, and then I'll go back to my paper. So, I will probably see the episode at bedtime if I just start playing it while I'm trying to fall asleep. But then I'll end up watching the whole thing. I know myself because my name's on it too, and I care about it, so I'm involved. I'm always watching. Like I'm always lurking around, like trying to stay with everything. But the fact that you had all these stories and I had no idea of most of them yet, I'm like, oh geez. Yeah.
Well, you'll get caught back up. Well, go do your paper and good luck, and we'll send you all the good vibes. Everybody send good vibes.
Bye, everyone.
Well, thank you, Matt, and I hope that you get your studies done this evening and everything as you get ready for some more tests coming up next week. Of course, we're going to be recording a Thanksgiving special coming up that'll be airing for our Wednesday episode next week. We'd love to share some of your Thanksgiving stories, some great memories you have, some of your favorite foods that you enjoy eating, why you enjoy eating them. Just DM us on Twitter. Let me or Matt know, and we will talk about them and share your stories. Even if you want to make like a little video talking about something, do that, and we'll show it on the show because we would love to do that. Of course, that's coming up on Wednesday. Now, Matt did reveal what he's loving and everything like that. I think one of the things that I am loving this week is the continued cooler weather here in San Diego, and also just starting now for me to be able to start decorating for Christmas, which is really exciting, I guess. And so I look forward to kind of continuing to decorate. Now, what is kind of shocking though, everybody, Matt beat me to the punch when it comes to Christmas decorating. That's right. Look at this photo. Isn't this cute? So David and Matt already have their Christmas tree up. They put it up, I believe, like last week. And so he beat me to it. Now, I am the king of Christmas, and he beat me. Like, what? But they have the fence up around the tree now so that the cat can't get to it. And I said, your Christmas tree is up and the raptor cages are engaged. You're ready to go for a holiday season. So there you go. I'll be sharing some of my Christmas stuff too, because I've got to get it up. I've got to get it up. Again, everybody, we thank you for joining us here on this episode. We'll be back Wednesday with that Thanksgiving special. Again, send us stuff. We want to share it. And then we'll be back on Friday for another live next week at 5 o'clock Pacific, as always. Again, hope all of you have a great weekend. And if you're not able to join us next week on the live show or listen to the episode because you're busy with friends and family, we do hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Until next week, though, we hope all of you have a great evening. Thanks, everyone, and bye.